Hello there, I'm Boo, and I like drawing, maximizing my hours in all the Pokemon games to find Chinese. And I really love to complain about lore in World of Warcraft. After all, why shouldn't I? Yeah. It's been some time since I last leveled a character. At least like 2 weeks. Doesn't that mean it's time again? Hello, and welcome back to a new episode on the channel. Well, you know, it's been some time actually since we really made a level video. I've been mostly busy with Undermine stuff, and don't worry, I can't wait to get back into that. And also I've asked in one of my videos if you guys would like to actually see an M+ video. Now, I don't really know how to do that yet because yeah, like the waiting for dungeons in itself is already pretty rough. Because, as you know, I'm a main damage dealer and I don't have the highest of scores, and I also don't have the best of gear. So yeah, it's mostly just standing around and waiting and applying to many keys and getting declined all the time, which is great. But I would still really like to do that. So again, if you would like to see an M+ video, then please let me know in the comment section, because then I would start to approach that soon. But for today, I thought, you know what, we're gonna level a Death Knight again, which probably will mean a little bit of the Death Knight zone, which is one of my favorite starting zones, if not even the favorite starting zone of mine in World of Warcraft. But I've already done a video dedicated to that zone. So if you haven't watched that yet, then head over to that one. I'm probably linking it right now in the right corner, or it's in the video description anyway. But we will definitely have a few moments of that starting zone in here as well, I bet, because I just love it so much. And every single time I've done it, and I've done it so many times. Guys, I kid you not, back in the day when the servers were down, I would always just create a Death Knight and level through that starting zone again. That's really a thing of the past though, isn't it? Servers being down and some needing longer than others to be up again. Anyway, I hope you're gonna enjoy this one, and see you on the flip side. Alrighty, here we are with the man, the myth, the legend, my baby boy, my precious, my sweetest, oh, my sweet summer child. You never ever did anything wrong. I mean, you did. That's why I like you. Love you so much. Oh my god. I'm super normal about Arthas, okay? Yeah. Anyway, we are once again in the service of the Lich King, which we've been before last time as a little night elf that never made it really anywhere, because that is sometimes just the true life of an alcoholic. Yes, you start a lot of characters, but only the fewest of them actually make it to a high level. But I wanted to start working on the achievement that I bring up all the classes to 80, which is something that I don't think I've ever done within a single expansion. I mean, I don't know if this achievement has been in this game for a longer time. Honestly, I've never really paid attention to that, not gonna lie. But apparently now in the War Within it is there. So what a better place to... Hey, stand still, cutie pie. What a better expansion to start with something like that than this one. Right. Let's also put some Fallen Crusader onto our weapon of choice, and let's move on with our quests. Yeah, if you wanna watch me do this a lot more in the very gothic mode and mood of being a Death Knight, then you should definitely check out my older video. I think it's called Visiting My Favorite Place in WoW. It's definitely in the video description, and I put a lot of effort into that video. And I really still love this video, so I didn't just want to redo it with like a Goblin, and then you guys have no reason to check out the older one. But I also really wanted to do a Death Knight again, or to level a Death Knight again, and maybe this one will have a chance to shine as a bright new example, because, well, as I've said before, I am in my Goblin era after all, and I don't think I ever had a Goblin Death Knight. And a very pretty Death Knight Goblin at that. I mean, to be honest, all the female goblins are gorgeous. I also really love the male goblins, but yeah, I love the female goblins. So female goblins it is. And I also think they're gorgeous, and I think they look especially amazing as Death Knights. So here's to hope that little Gigi might actually make it somewhere in the big World of Warcraft and gets leveled up. And also, I don't think I ever had a Goblin Death Knight. I had a lot of Death Knights, like a lot. The only ones missing are obviously all the allied races, because I don't like Bolvar Death Knights from a story point of view. Obviously, they could still act like they're normal Death Knights, but yeah, there's that. And probably a Gnome Death Knight, because I'm not the biggest fan of gnomes. I know I said in another video of mine that maybe I will try it out with a gnome, and then I created a few gnomes and tried my best, but I think while transmog works a lot better for goblins than it does for pretty much all the other smaller races, I think the gnomes really take the biggest hit when it comes to transmog. I mean, almost the biggest. The biggest, obviously, do take the mecha gnomes, because Blizzard just hate mecha gnomes for some reason. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. And we're just doing whatever the cutie pie over there wants us to do. Because honestly, my characters, lore-wise, just would, okay? Man, I wouldn't mind staying with him, but for some reason the story doesn't want us to go down that road, so yeah. But good news, guys, the Dragon Isles await. Isn't that cool? Anyway, we got our Death Gate, but I don't think we can use the Death Gate yet. Oh, I mean we can, but honestly, I've learned my lesson. No, I've learned my lesson. Okay, first of all, we're gonna activate Frost for now. If Frost isn't my cup of tea at all, we're gonna go on to Unholy. I used to play an Unholy Death Knight for quite a longer time during Dragonflight. That was fun, but I am actually rather a Frost Death Knight. That has always been my fascination with the Death Knight, and that's what I played most of the time when I played a Death Knight at all. But let's see. I never really liked the rework that they did with the Frost Death Knight after Legion, or with Legion rather. So let's see how that goes. And when it comes to this, the Dragon Isles await. I just relogged so I can get all that sweet level 10 transmog. Yeah, I've learned my lesson, because this is a little listen and learn. Kids, never ever click onto the Lost Dragon scale while you're still leveling through, for example, the Goblin starting zone, the Vargan starting zone, or the Death Knight starting zone. Because the cool thing about all of these is that once you click onto this item, you, yes, will be free of your starting experience, but also you will be stuck forever with a character that cannot sign up to any group activities. Yeah, so that's fun. Cannot recommend. However, what I can recommend is transmogging your Legion artifact weapon, which I will now do. I mean, this is color-wise not a perfect match, but honestly, do we care? Not really, right? Because I want to show off this amazing hidden appearance from Legion. Aw, man. Blades of the Fallen Prince are like maybe my favorite weapons in World of Warcraft, lore-wise. Actually, I had a story idea about weapons like these many years before Legion ever shipped, and mine was cooler, but whatever. For some reason, Blizzard didn't ask me how I would put in a weapon that is partly Frostmourne. So yeah, never do this quest. No matter how nice it might seem to you that you could just be free of your starting zone and could just skip all the exhausting part, especially if it's bugged, like it was in my case, because I used this as a goblin in the goblin starting zone, because right after the patch for the Undermine, the starting zone of the goblins was completely bugged, and I mean completely. Like every NPC was doubled and tripled everywhere. All the volcanoes, so the first and the second volcano on both isles, were already erupted erupting. So the ground was constantly shaking. There was fire raining from the skies. It was very overwhelming, even for someone like me who is not that affected by stuff like that. But even for me, it was way too much. So yeah, I tried to use the dragon scale to get out of it. And then I just had a character that simply couldn't use this interface. Like, you were still stuck in, like, not a tutorial, but you weren't allowed to like leave your starting experience, so they don't let you sign up for this, but you're also not allowed to get back, like because I was a total dum-dum and I just bound my Hearthstone to Ogrima, so I couldn't go back, because that is your only way. I think if you teleport out, you can still go back by just using your Hearthstone, but I didn't think of that. Because honestly, I didn't think that this quest that they just shove in your face every single time you log in once you turn 10 could actually break the game. But, you know, this one goes out to Blizzard. And by the way, maybe this has also already changed, but I'm not gonna be the one who tries that out. No, thank you. I already had a character that wasn't able to sign up for any content whatsoever. So I'm good on that front. Death Grip. Oh yeah, best spell in the game. I mean, honestly, that's not even true. I think Mass Grip is the best spell in the game, but I don't even know if you can still have that. Wait, can you have that as a blood decay? Would be nice, no? I mean, I feel like I would have seen that, right? In one of my dungeon runs. Did I ever run a dungeon with a blood decay this season? I don't feel like I did. Also, wait, wasn't there just a mob right here? Am I stupid? I mean, to be fair, that's also up for debate. But also, if there's one thing in World of Warcraft that is super buggy like all the time, it's old content. Man, Blizzard hates taking care of their old stuff for some reason. I mean, some people might even call it them just being lazy, but let's now throw accusations at Big B's face. That would be so mean. Actually, it wouldn't be mean. You cannot be mean to a corporation. Also, get here, citizen of Havenshire. You got a die. The big man said so. And whatever he says, goes. And not only because he's hot, also because he has my favorite kind of character arc. I'm simple like that. You perfect specimen of a horsey. Peak World of Warcraft gameplay right here. Oh boys, we can skill our very first spell. Wow, look at that. Frost Strike. Get out of here, Death Bolt. We won't need you no more because we are not an unholy Death Knight. At least, not if I can help it. I like me some undeath Death Knight. Undeath? Unholy, geesh. But don't get me wrong, I'm not crazy about the dotting. My horsey grew in death. Isn't that convenient? I am actually currently obsessed again. I've been obsessed with this song before. With a mashup. I love me some mashups of the Hotel song from Pitbull and the very amazing song Rasputin from Boney M. And I already had a very intense obsession phase with that mashup. I think 1 or 2 or 3 years ago, whenever that was big on TikTok, which I cannot tell you for the life of me, because that was, I think, in COVID times, and everything that happened in COVID times is just all mashed together, and I have no idea when anything happened at all. And also, can we get like one ghoul? One ghoul? Pretty please? Haha! Hello, little one. Welcome to the family. We only need 4 more. Oh, hell yeah. Well, now we're getting lucky, huh? I mean, are you really lucky if before you've just been unlucky? Can that be seen as lucky or just as not unlucky anymore? Deep philosophical questions on the channel right now. Okay, we have 3, right? Yeah, we have 2 more. Math would claim us to need 1 more. Bonk. Okay, that's not it. Oh no! My ghoulies! They ran off! Wait, where are they? Down there! Why would you attack that miner? Miner. Not with an O, but someone who mines in a mine. Okay, wait, do we already have 5? No, we have 4, right? Yeah, we do. They just sometimes love to clip into one another. Don't attack random people, guys, okay? What the frick? We're not lucky on this character. Brother, not only have we ran to the end of this mine to get our last ghoul, which I've never done, never ever, but also there are so many other people. Yeah, good luck, that never works. You can never throw that at moving targets. But I guess you wouldn't know because you already have an army of ghouls and you just started, and I'm running around with 4 of them. They are 4, right? Or are like 2 clipping so badly into each other that I can't count? Because this is quite ridiculous. Aha. Okay. Okay. So running through the mines 2 times does the thing, okay? Yeah, cool. Man, this quest. And I know, this quest was also there, so you get your weapon skills up back in the day, just like the torture quest that we're gonna have to do later, but man, it's just... it's just a little bit old, isn't it, huh? Hey, Gothic, my guy. I brought you ghouls. Am I not the most promising little student that Big Daddy-O has ever risen from the dead? Because I bloody think so. Alright, and now... Alrighty. And with that, we're out of the woods. Well, not really. We're actually in the woods. And we never were in the woods before. But we're out of the starting zone. And I skipped a little bit ahead, obviously, because we've been here before. And I really want you to watch that old episode if you've never watched it. But what is more fitting for a death knight than the Ghostlands? Oh man, I love the Ghostlands. I also have an entire small series dedicated to the Eversong Woods and the Ghostlands, which are also 2 of my absolute favorite zones in World of Warcraft. Well, the Eversong Forest is obviously beautiful, and I love that very, very much, but I love the Ghostlands. And I know this is a place where many people disagree with me. I never really knew that before I started being on like WoW Twitter and stuff, that people don't really like the Ghostlands or don't even know about the Ghostlands nowadays. Like, that always confused me because to me, well, it's you know, it's Warcraft. It's a Warcraft place in World of Warcraft, which is still to this day always just such a cool thing. Like, whenever they actually put something that was only an old lore into the game, I'm still like, oh my god, it's this place, I know this. That's so cool. Yeah, I am simple like that, you know? And also, we're level 30. And now we can use the normal flying, which is really cool, because we're not flying right now. Alright, what is this? Icy talents. Oh, we definitely need some icy talents, but we're running away from that starving ghost claw right now. Okay, we're going to deliver a little letter to Tranquillin. And a little fun fact, if you want the super cool Tranquillin, Jesus, tabard, then first of all, you need to wait until Burning Crusade Time Walking is back around the corner. And then you can buy this, and I love this tabard because it's so old school Blood Elf style. But also, what you also need to do is you actually need to quest here, because you need these guys on Exalted, which is very easy to do because this is a starting zone, and you get a lot of reputation from just doing, like, I don't know how many quests these are, like 30 or something. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you. I've done these quests a million times, like really. I think as many Death Knights as I've leveled, I also leveled that many times through the Ghostlands, because just give me a Scourge zone, especially a Warcrafty Scourge zone in World of Warcraft, and I'm gonna be there. There's gonna be, you know, one day there's gonna be a little statue there, and there's just me, Boo, and they're just gonna say, whenever there was something Scourgy, old school Scourgy, they were here. Alright, so far I can't really tell you if I like this playstyle of the Frost Death Knight or not, because so far, and hear me out, it feels, I mean, I have 4 spells, okay, so don't go all professor on me, but it feels almost a little bit like a melee frost mage, which would be fitting because obviously that's kind of what it is in a way. Obviously different, I know it's different, okay, but I'm just saying from a feeling. So I'm really looking forward to how this spec plays nowadays, because last time I played it wasn't really fun, but here's to hope that that has changed. And also, where's my boy Anoxuten? There is my boy. I think we can yoink him over here. Oh yeah, we can. Ah, Death Grip. How I missed thee. It would be so typical Boo, and also typical The War Within for me, to now just completely become obsessed with the Frost Death Knight. Because it has happened with so many classes and specs that I said I would never touch, or that I just simply don't like. Evoker comes to mind, Windwalker comes to mind. You know, I've proven myself to be very, very open-minded. I'm just saying. And also, I mean, it definitely helps that, you know, goblins are just so freaking gorgeous, and that Death Knights have a lot of amazing transmog. That also helps. Oh yeah, my icy talents, right. Give me that. Oh, and also a PvP talent that we're not gonna skill. Oh, that we are gonna skill. Chains of Ice. Well, I want passive stuff that maybe also gives me a little bit more movement. And wait, haha, we're a Death Knight. We have Path of Frost. And wait, isn't there like a glyph for Path of Frost that it looks a little bit better? Because this is really, I think this is the old school Path of Frost. You know. Not hating on my Wrath of the Lich King graphics, but I'm pretty sure this is exactly what this spell used to look like back in the day. So, you know, maybe we're gonna take a trip to the auction house at some point and grab a glyph. I grabbed a glyph, but this is only for unholy because it's like turning all of my ghouls from the army of the ghoul, and also from that one spell that calls all the ghouls to you into different kind of Scourge members, which is pretty cool. And also, I gotta say, also similar to the Frost Mage, I really like the ASMR of this class so far. Like, it's you know, you sound very Lich King-y, and it's all ice, and I like me some ice and frost and snow. I like that. Yeah. And also, we're kind of a heavy hitter, which is also neat. I mean, we're level 30. Every class is pretty hard hitting, but I gotta say, I just leveled a Retribution Paladin recently, and Retribution Paladins, you know, for all their strength and the fact that they already have all the important spells from level 10 onwards, they play so slow. Oh my god, because all the passive talents that actually make the class like nice and smooth and enjoyable, you only get them like in the higher levels, and before that the class feels so clunky. And you know, I don't know how they do it. You know, either you have a class that is missing all the bread and butter of all the important spells that you would need to actually understand the class that you're playing and to feel it, or you get everything at the start, but you're missing all the nitty-gritty details. So yes, you have the right spells, but they play like absolute ass. Ah, Blizzard, why is it always either one or the other? But anyway, I think with a little bit of leveling and also my favorite starting zone in World of Warcraft revisited, I'm gonna end today's episode right here and now. I am kinda thinking about maybe leveling up this character within this week. Because we're still having a heroic chest, and I wouldn't like to miss out on that one. If you would like to see another level video anyway, then please tell me in the comments. Also tell me if you would like to have a longer video again. I know we did like a very uncut video for when I leveled my Drakthir Hunter a couple of months ago. So if you would like to see something like that again, then please tell me. And in any case, I really hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Please consider leaving a like or a comment. It helps and I appreciate it so much. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing that as well. And I cannot wait to see you in the next episode. And until then, bye bye.